Alright, I'd like to introduce you to the newest shirt in Screw Attack apparel.
I thought we weren't supposed to make any new designs until we sold out of the old stuff.
Yeah, don't you worry about that. Anyway, let me present to you the brand new Top 10 shirt.
Isn't that just the 10-year anniversary?
New Top 10 t-shirt. Hey, click the link in the description and buy the brand new, not in any way old Top 10 shirt. If you don't, I'ma get eaten.
Hello, I'm Wiz from Death Battle. You may know me from that show, but did you also know that I'm a cyborg? Yeah! That's why I have this list of the best cybernetically enhanced beings I've ever seen. And be sure to stay until the end to see the secret number 11. These are the top 10 cyborgs.
Number 10.
I like to start things off with a bang, and no cyborg makes a bigger bang than the Mark IV Cyber Commando Rex Power Colt. He has it all: a cyber eye for tracking enemies, a rebreather for long underwater dives, and a metal skeleton that somehow resists the effects of gravity. But what's really impressive about Rex is his winning personality. Not only does Rex refuse to partake in the consumption of illegal substances,
She taught me that winners don't use drugs.
but he's also a perfect cyborg lover and pun master.
Secure that intel.
Work your black magic, Lieutenant.
Hey, don't be hating a brother for his skills now.
Oh, and he battles giant dragons for a living. So there's that. Thank God Boomstick isn't here. He'd never stop talking about this guy, and we got 9 more left.
Number 9.
Nostalgia dictates that Inspector Gadget should probably be on this list, but according to his official trading card, he was taken out and rebuilt as a cyborg because he slipped on a banana peel. I'm dead serious. You know who went through the same song and dance in a much cooler fashion? Alex Murphy, a police officer who was blown apart by 5 shotguns at point-blank range. Rebuilt as the ultimate robo-police officer, ROBOCOP is nearly invincible, never misses a shot, and is the only hero I know of who wields what's effectively a flash drive as a stabbing weapon, all while proving his humanity was still intact, despite the best efforts of the exalted elite. Sure, he's a bit clunky and slow, but when he was reactivated in the future, he received just the upgrade to fix that. Roller skates.
Number 8.
When he first appeared in DC Comics, Victor Stone's scientist parents constantly experimented on his brain to boost his IQ, and ended up turning him into a cyborg superhero, named Cyborg. Very apt. While that sounds perfectly reasonable to me, DC has sadly retracted this. But in current continuity, Victor gets an even better upgrade by bonding with an alien mother box, a machine capable of so many things comic writers can do whatever the hell they please. Like accessing the digital verse and rapidly searching through the internet to find any information he might need. It's like having a smartphone in your head. Or just having a smartphone.
Number 7.
In the world of Dragon Ball, the Red Ribbon Army constructed over a dozen different types of robotic soldiers in their bid for world domination. But none are more deserving of this list than Android 18. After being kidnapped by Dr. Gero and reconstructed into a cyborg, not an android, this quote-unquote genius scientist should read a book sometime. 18 and her brother 17 were so powerful even Super Saiyans couldn't keep up with them. In fact, in an alternate timeline, they ruled the whole world. Luckily for Goku and friends, 18 had a change of heart and joined the fight against evil, making her one of the team's strongest fighters. It's just a shame that her husband Krillin keeps making her babysit their child while he goes off to do hero things, even though she could obviously do it so much better.
Number 6.
Arguably the sleekest cyborg on this list, Metal Gear's Raiden has some of the most incredible tech I've ever seen. I mean, before he got his metal parts, he was already pretty awesome. Well, sort of, I guess. Okay, not really. Why can't I play a Solid Snake? Raiden can jump between missiles like he's playing Frogger, and wield a giant building-sized sword like it weighs all of 20 pounds. And when push comes to shove, how many other cyborgs do you know who can sword fight while breakdancing with robots strapped to their feet? Whew, just thinking about it's making my spine tingle, and there's nothing Raiden likes more than a tingly spine. Ouch. No wonder he was able to go toe-to-toe with Wolverine.
Number 5.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Anakin Skywalker was a whiny, angsty bitch. Then Ewan McGregor dumped him in a lava pit and he was rebuilt as the most famous cyberhuman character in the world, Darth Vader. Vader is such a powerhouse, he single-handedly led the hunt to eliminate all the Jedi in the galaxy, only missing out on a couple old cowards who went into hiding for no good reason.
To exile, I must go. Failed, I have.
His new robot body also gives Vader incredible physical strength, enough to overpower anyone he meets in a duel. But do you know what's the best thing about Darth Vader? Whenever a character undergoes a terrible accident that results in them getting new robot parts, you usually feel a little sympathy for them, right? But in Vader's case, everyone was hoping it would happen as soon as possible. For multiple reasons.
Number 4.
Have you heard of Saitama, better known as One Punch Man? Of course you have. But have you heard of his cyborg pupil, GENOS? The number 4 spot on my list is the ultimate culmination of every shonen hero archetype ever conceived. More machine than man, GENOS comes packed with plenty of impressive techniques and abilities, making him a match for some of the most absurd enemies you can imagine. He's nowhere close to Saitama's level, and he gets in over his head a bit too often for my tastes. But when it comes down to it, GENOS is one cyborg who can take a lickin' and keep on ticking. I'm sure if he does his 100 squats, push-ups, and sit-ups every single day, he'll become the hero we all want him to be.
Number 3.
Before she was portrayed by Scarlett Johansson and set the internet on fire, Major Motoko Kusanagi was kicking ass and taking names in Japan. Whether it's the manga, TV shows, or films, every iteration has always had a slightly different take on the Major. But one theme is always the same. She's composed of 100% badassery. I mean, technically she's built from prosthetics, heavy-grade metal, and skin tactile elements, but that's not the point. If you've never seen Ghost in the Shell, I'm gonna stop here so I don't spoil anything for you, because the twists and curves here are worth seeing for yourself. All I need to say is that the Major is sort of like ROBOCOP times 10, with all the sexy parts still intact. That's actually important to the story. Don't judge me.
Number 2.
Take it from me, being a cyborg is awesome. So, when you find a character who's a fan favorite for reasons other than his cybernetic limbs, then you've got yourself a winner. Cable is the perfect example of a cyborg who transcended his cyborgness. Plenty of cool characters have traveled through time to save the world from great threats, but that's literally every day of Cable's life. He's a grisly time traveler on the hunt for the most dangerous mutant in history, Apocalypse, among dozens of other threats to time and space. He isn't your usual million-dollar man cyborg either. Cable has the techno-organic virus, a disease that turns its host into a machine. But Cable can keep it under control with his telekinesis, a power inherited from his mother, Jean Grey. That's right, Cable is the son of the all-powerful Phoenix. Do you need any more reason to be convinced? How about this? He's telepathic and can mind-read people from the other side of the planet. Incredible.
It's number 1.
The number 1 cyborg may not have the most raw power or extended history, but he's the definition of what makes cyborgs so intriguing. Experimented on as a child by the Illuminati and becoming a SWAT commander in Detroit right out of college, Adam Jensen was a complicated man. Until he was shot in the head and turned into the perfect cyborg super agent. Just look at those sinewy carbon fiber arms, sunglasses that appear out of nowhere, and have you seen this guy smoke a cigarette? Jensen sets a new standard for cyborg sexiness, one that will never be surpassed. Invisibility, tearing through walls, lightning dashes, shooting explosives out of his arms to take out a whole room in seconds. There's nothing he can't accomplish. Jensen isn't just a cool-looking cyborg, he's incredibly powerful, with top-of-the-line augmentations and heaps of experimental tech. A handy selection of tools for making the bad guys disappear for good. He may not have asked for it, but Adam Jensen is the ultimate cyborg. Time for the secret number 11. I'm giving this spot to Mass Effect's Commander Shepard. After getting incinerated on re-entry and pieced back together, Shepard became the sole hope for the entire galaxy. You can fight like a Krogan and run like a leopard, but you'll never be better than Commander Shepard. Except for dancing. You're probably better at dancing.